All right, let's watch this Millia guide, shall we? Don't need to do this at anything else except for normal volume and stuff. Let's take a look. It's actually really smart of them, by the way, to throw the version number down there, version February 2021, because as they patch the game, if you go and search, you'll actually see that this is for a different version of the game. Okay. It's actually really smart of them.
Millia is a character with incredibly fast movement. Bewilder your opponent with her wide offensive arsenal and endless variety of okizeme options.
Well, they said okizeme.
Millia attacks as she descends quickly from midair, making for an overhead hit. This move is versatile.
See, here's the thing. This is why these are the only guys who can do Darkstalkers. They actually figured out how to make it so that characters can transform like this, right? Like, dude, she just gets eaten by a moon. She actually just gets swallowed by the moon. But it's just, this is so cool. Oh, God, it's so good. And then she comes right back out of there. Oh, the moon is just her hair like that? That is crazy. That's what it's been this whole time? Is that what it's been, supposed to have been this whole time?
Fast movement. Bewilder your opponent with her wide offensive arsenal and endless variety of okizeme options. Bad Moon. Millia attacks as she descends quickly from midair, making for an overhead hit. This move is versatile and can be used in air combos, or performed directly after a jump to take advantage of its fast startup, catching the opponent off guard. Turbo Fall. Millia descends rapidly from midair with this movement technique. During this movement, she can move to the other side of the opponent and take them by surprise. Tandem Top. Millia sends out a short-range projectile. The Slash version has quick startup and can be cancelled into from normal moves, making it easy to include in combos. The Heavy Slash version has longer startup, but it hits twice. Also, since Millia can move midair after performing this move, she can attack while the projectile is active. Use it on your opponent's wake up to launch a powerful offense. Irons.
Does that make it? I mean, she could probably just fast fall out of that anyway. So it's still going to be a left-right mix. Is it a four-way mix-up? Is there a way she can drop straight down and stay in front? Because she could fast fall to get behind you and go low, and then she can stay in the front in the air, obviously, and attack, and she can dash behind you. But does that take away the fourth option of low in front? Low in front. Yeah, she would just have to empty. She would just basically empty jump, basically, yeah. So she can probably still do something to that degree.
Since Millia can move midair after performing this move, she can attack while the projectile is active. Use it on your opponent's wake up to launch a powerful offense.
But I do like that because she can still do a lot of the Millia things that Millia does. But I don't think I don't know, like, will it be as oppressive? Will it be as impossible to block? I don't know.
Iron Savior. Millia attacks as she charges forward, making for a low hit. This move knocks the opponent down on hit. Even if the opponent blocks this attack, it can be hard for them to punish Millia unless she's very close. Use this move to approach the opponent from a distance, catching them off guard. Mirage. Millia moves forward rapidly. She can move to the other side of the opponent using this move. Use this move to take the opponent by surprise when they're concentrating on blocking.
That's just replaced the roll. But what's interesting
Millia moves
about
forward
this,
rapidly.
though, look at this.
She can move
right
to the
here.
other side of the opponent using this move. Use this move to take the opponent by surprise
when she does this and she just comes down, the guy gets up and blocks as soon as she lands. So what happens is the left-right mix-up has probably a little bit more of a tell, and then if she stays in front after she lands, then it becomes a high-low mix-up because you will block that. Now she could still mirage to the other side of you and hit you, which she's probably going to do right here or something. But it seems like now, instead of having all four mix-ups all at once, it seems like it's like a little bit of phases. Like, as soon as she drops it, you have to worry about these, and then oh wait, she didn't do that. Now I have to react to these, and no, and then like that. So Yeah, no,
Concentrating.
Nutacon, this is Millia. Welcome to Millia. Everybody who has ever played Guilty Gear has felt this anxiety. Oh, thanks, Talent Noodle. I mean, it's freaking hair, dude. Like this, I don't know. I'm growing to like this long hair, to be honest with
you. On blocking.
God,
Plus Shaker.
Annoying.
Millia showers the opponent with blows in this multi-hit move. You can extend the range and get extra hits by continuing to press the button rapidly. This attack deals a good amount of damage to the opponent, even when blocked. Capel. Millia summons a projectile directly below her while mid-air, sending her flying up. This move functions as both a movement technique and an attack. Millia can move in mid-air after the move finishes. You can use this move to bait the opponent's anti-air by changing the timing of your jump and attack. Winger.
Interesting. So they took away Hairpin. They took away Hairpin.
Millia stands before lunging forward in this powerful attack with invincibility on startup. The startup is quite fast, so you can use it in combos to deal big damage. Septum Voices. Millia sends out a powerful, multi-hit projectile that reaches full screen. As the startup is very fast and there is little recovery, this move works well both in combos and as a tool to launch your offense.
See, they gave her a projectile.
Millia can take the opponent by surprise with her aerial hard slash attack after air dash. When the opponent is waiting for an aerial attack, throw off their anti-air timing using couple or approach with a dash from the ground. Her standing far slash and standing heavy slash work well as grounded pokes. Get close to the opponent using Mirage while they're focused on blocking, and mix with a dash from the ground. Her standing far slash and standing heavy slash work well as grounded pokes.
On Lust Shaker here, and they hit so fast, this actually does have potential for like seizure warnings.
Get close to the opponent using Mirage while they're focused on blocking.
Like that can actually be a problem, I think right there.
And mix them up with a throw. After knocking down the opponent with her sweeper throw, set up the heavy slash version of Tandem Top and go for Okizeme. Thank you for watching.
This is really nicely done video, and the voice sounds a little familiar. Do we know who the voice is on that? Number 9. Number 9? Number 9? Number 9? It is Zynak? Okay,
Zato.
Zato is another one of those characters, just really freaking beautiful. God, look at him. He's so ripped now, too.
Zato is a technically challenging character, as you can also control his alter ego, Eddie. Overwhelm the opponent by attacking with both Zato and Eddie.
This animations, dude. Jesus. Look at this thing.
Oh, Eddie.
This animation, dude. He doesn't pop the pimple anymore. He just throws you in there and the sharks just come after you. Look at this thing. That's amazing.
Light. Zato moves quickly in the inputted direction. During this motion, he can move freely in midair by attacking with both Zato and Eddie.
That's so awesome.
Zato moves quickly in the inputted direction. During this motion, he can move freely in midair to an extent, meaning you can change the timing of your jump and attack and take the opponent by surprise.
So the startup makes him kind of do a little initial dash,
and take the opponent in midair to an extent in the with both Zato and Eddie. Flight.
How difficult would you say Millia is in typical Guilty Gear games? She's a good character to start with in the sense that if you can spend a lot of time in training mode with her. You can spend a lot of time in training mode with her practicing her mix. And so if you basically spend that time blabbing that up and being really tricky and memorizing all of them, then when you get your opportunity in an actual match, you can just straight up kill somebody. by mixing them up forever. Zato is going to be the most difficult in any Guilty Gear game. He will always be the most difficult. There is no character who will ever be more difficult than Zato to play in any Guilty Gear game. I don't care. I've never learned him because I've just never wanted to take the time. And I am an execution junkie, and I never wanted to learn Zato because it was too hard. But Millia is one of those characters that it's like Zero in Marvel. If you get the hit and you start going crazy, you can kill someone like that. So she's a good lab character for someone that you want to play. Now, of course, her biggest problem is that her range isn't going to be as strong as some of the other characters. She is a rushdown character, and so if you might get zoned out by some people, so that might be a little bit of frustration, but she's fast enough and has enough mobility tools that she'll be able to get in. So she's that kind of character. So if you like doing combos and you like practicing your mixes, she's a good character for you, I would say. So,
Zato moves quickly in the inputted direction. During this motion, he can move freely in midair to an extent, meaning you can change the timing of your jump and attack and take the opponent by surprise. Summon Eddie. Zato summons his alter ego, Eddie.
Dude,
you can control
he's dripping.
Summon Eddie. Zato summons his alter ego, Eddie.
Dude, Eddie has some drip, dude. He looks so good that he has
Summon
drip.
Eddie. Zato summons his alter ego, Eddie. You can control Eddie and Zato simultaneously, as Eddie has a different attack associated with each attack button, while Eddie is active.
Oh, dang. That's just the kick.
As Eddie has a different attack associated with each attack button, while Eddie is active, you can return him to the shadows by inputting the summon command a second time. When either Zato or Eddie takes damage, or the Eddie life gauge hits 0, Eddie disappears and cannot be summoned. Pierce. Zato summons Eddie and attacks twice while lunging forward. Due to its fast startup and long range, this move works well as both a means to keep your opponent locked down and as a poke. That's a lot. Zato summons Eddie, forming a large number of drills. As it hits multiple times, this attack keeps the opponent locked down for a long time on either block or hit. Use this to your advantage to get your offense started. Leap. Zato summons Eddie, performing an attack that hits twice, leaping upwards. This attack hits a wide area, and works
There is one thing I will say that's a little awkward about these summons is that when he summons them
Zato
at
summons
first,
Eddie, performing an
like you notice that there is no Eddie shadow, and as soon as he hits the ground, it all of a sudden that shadow pops in, and it's a little jarring to me animation wise.
Leap. Zato summons Eddie, performing an attack that hits twice, leaping upwards. This attack hits a wide area and works well against airborne opponents. The first hit launches the opponent, making it easy to land a combo even if it hits mid-range. Oppose. Zato summons Eddie, performing a multi-hit attack with slow startup. Eddie can absorb the opponent's attacks until this move calms out.
Yeah,
Eddie won't disappear when hit during this move, meaning you can use him as a shield.
Oh, he actually has the priority on the hits. Oh,
Eddie can
God.
absorb the opponent's attacks until this move calms out. Eddie won't disappear when hit during this move, meaning you can use him as a shield.
Dang, so again, this is crazy because, like, yeah, if you do some of those summons and they try to hit Eddie as soon as possible, you can summon Eddie and then make him do this instead, and he'll absorb the hits. That's actually really good. No, I'm saying the animation transition, how the shadow just appears, like instead of like being like stretching out of him and then or fading in or something like that. But this looks really good.
However, be careful as he cannot absorb the opponent's overdrive attacks. Invite Hell. Zato forms a drill at a distance from himself. This attack knocks the opponent down on hit. It has little recovery, making it a good choice as a poke at mid-range. Break the Law. Zato conceals himself in the shadows with this evasive technique. You can stay hidden for a set amount of time by holding down the button. But the recovery when Zato reappears increases the longer you hide. While hidden, Zato can move left and right in an invincible state, and can even move to the other side of the opponent. Damned Fang. A command grab. It deals more damage than a standard throw, and cannot be teched. It leaves you wide open when whiffed, so go for it when you think the opponent is focused on staying grounded and blocking. Drunkard Shade, an attack that can reflect the opponent's projectiles. When used in proximity to Eddie, he can be moved far away in an instant. Use this chance to team up with Eddie and start your offense.
Wait, what does that mean?
When used in proximity to Eddie, he can be moved far away in an instant. Use this chance to team up with Eddie and start your offense.
What does that mean?
Reflect the opponent's projectiles. When used in proximity to Eddie, he can be moved far away in an instant. Use this chance to team up with Eddie and start your offense.
I guess they just didn't.
Amorphous.
Oh, right there, I saw it. Okay.
Shadows approach the opponent and consume them in this powerful projectile move.
Dude, that looks
Shadows
so
approach the
pretty.
opponent.
What the hell? Look at this.
Consume them.
Look at this blurring effect. That is gorgeous.
Powerful projectile.
Holy crap.
Shadows approach the opponent and consume them in this powerful projectile move. The attack extends quite high up, making it extremely difficult for the opponent to jump over it. Sun Void. Eddie transforms into a sword, attacking the opponent as a powerful projectile. If used while Eddie is summoned, he turns into a projectile and attacks from his current position.
Oh.
He flies towards the position of the opponent when the move was used. After the attack, he returns to his usual form as Eddie, so take this chance to overwhelm the opponent.
So instead of him turning into the sword, he actually launches a sword, basically.
You can launch a highly adaptable offense by coordinating Zato's movements with Eddie. Use Pierce as a poke against grounded opponents, and Leap against aerial opponents. Oppose works well against opponents when they try to attack Eddie. When you can't summon Eddie, use Flight or Invite Hell to protect yourself from the opponent's attacks. Thank you for watching.
Interesting. So he only has one range on Invite Hell now. He only has one range. He doesn't have multiple distances anymore. Well, I'll be getting the beta a little bit early, so probably 2 a.m. Pacific time on Monday night, Tuesday morning, I might actually play a little bit. So, so if you guys want to watch on Monday night, I might play a little bit at that time. So, I know who I am. Ramlethal.
Ramlethal excels in range. Due to the long... Ramlethal excels...
He actually did just call her Ramlethal. Is that actually how you're supposed to pronounce her name? Not Ramlethal?
Ramlethal excels in range. Due to the long reach and wide area her sword attacks cover. She dominates the battle at mid-range with her unique pressure.
I might actually use to play this character this time.
Ramlethal sends out a sword quickly in this powerful projectile move. It sends the opponent flying back on hit. Also, if the sword hits the corner of the stage, it explodes, dealing extra damage. As the sword remains on the ground after it's fired, you need to either wait for a set period of time or approach it and pick it up before it can be fired again. The slash and heavy slash versions fire at different heights. Daro. Ramlethal moves rapidly, performing a lunging attack. It has fast startup and can be cancelled into from normal moves, making for a string. It launches the opponent farther up if it hits him while they're midair, so you can follow up with a combo.
Dang.
Sildo Ditch.
But no just frame on it this time. No just frame.
Ramlethal leaps forward, performing an overhead attack.
Yeah, okay.
You can evade the opponent's low-hitting attacks with this move. It knocks the opponent down on hit. This move can't be blocked while crouching. The mid-air version changes your jump trajectory, so aim for a surprise attack with it. Saberbrato. An extremely damaging attack.
Whoa.
It also has a quite long range, so you can deal big damage with a single hit from a fair distance. The damage dealt changes depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and the range quite long range, so you can deal big damage with a single hit from
led all the way to the
it
white,
also has a quite long range,
thing.
so you can deal big damage with a single hit from a fair distance. The damage dealt changes depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and the range and damage becomes quite poor when you have none left.
Huh.
It leaves you vulnerable when whiffed, and can't be cancelled into from any other moves, so use it sparingly at mid-range. Irar Lumo. Ramlethal moves forward slightly as she attacks.
What the hell?
You can perform up to 2 follow-up moves by inputting quarter circle back punch. The third move knocks the opponent down on hit. The first move can be dash cancelled. The follow-up moves receive opponent down on hit. The first move can be dash cancelled. The follow-up moves receive a buff when delayed. Aggressa or dash cancel.
This is so weird.
The follow-up moves receive the opponent down on hit. Follow-up moves by inputting quarter circle back punch. The third move knocks the opponent down on hit. The first move can be dash cancelled. The follow-up moves receive a buff when delayed.
So
First move can be dash cancelled. The follow-up moves receive a buff when delayed. Aggressa or dono.
That's so weird. That's really interesting.
An aerial attack with long range.
Ooh.
It works well as a mid-air poke or in combos. Its properties change depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and its range and damage become quite poor when you have none left. Calvados.
That's so sad.
Ramlethal sends out a powerful, multi-hit projectile that reaches the other side of the screen. This move can cancel out almost any of the opponent's projectiles, and deals a good amount of chip damage even when blocked. If there are any unequipped swords, they will be retrieved automatically. This attack works great to punish a vulnerable opponent from a distance. Mortabato. An extremely damaging attack that's invincible on startup. The damage changes depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and the range and damage becomes quite poor when you have none left. It has fast startup, so you can use it in combos to deal big damage. Usually,
so it's a good wake-up attack, basically, because it's got the invincibility. That's your wake-up super. And, yeah, if you have no swords and you're knocked down, that's going to be a problem.
Wide range, her sword attacks cover to your advantage by hitting the opponent with the edge of her attacks at mid-range. Her standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks make good grounded pokes. When the opponent tries to avoid the grounded neutral game by jumping in, anti-air them with forward punch. You can even follow up with her aerial slash attack. When you've got the opponent in the corner, get your offense going with the heavy slash version of Bayonetto. You can continue attacking if the opponent blocks and land a combo if it hits them. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. But it's interesting because what was I gonna say? Something I was gonna say about this.
Got the opponent in the corner, get your offense going with the heavy slash version of Bayonetto. You can continue attacking if the opponent blocks and land a combo if it hits them. Thank you for watching.
I forgot what I was gonna say about her, but she looks really interesting. She looks like fun. This might actually be one of the characters I might try to main when the game comes out. I really wanted to use her the first time, but she just ended up being super complicated. I always just thought she was like a really sick character design. I love the big giant freaking like Gundam green swords and shit like that. Oonga! Let's go!
Leo is an all-rounder, with a varied arsenal including a projectile, an anti-air move, and more.
Does that always pop people up now? Does that cross through always pop people up?
Leo is an all
boom, see, it knocks them into off the ground. Before it used to keep them
rounder, with a varied arsenal including a projectile, an anti-air move, and more. He can unleash a fierce offense from his stance as he turns his back on the opponent. Graviet Word. Leo sends out a projectile that flies forward, hitting multiple times. Since it hits more than once, it can cancel out the opponent's single-hit projectiles and continue forward. The slash version has fast startup and can be used in combos at close range. Although the heavy slash version has longer startup, it has more hits, meaning you can keep the opponent locked down longer. Eisensturm, an attack with invincibility on startup. The heavy slash version deals higher damage, but has longer recovery. Since Leo leaps upward as he attacks, it works well against airborne opponents. Also, you can make use of invincibility frames by using this move on your wake up or during the opponent's offense to turn the tides. Erst kaltes Gestuber.
Let's go, let's go.
Leo lunges forward a slight distance as he attacks. This move knocks the opponent down on hit. The fast startup makes this a good choice as a poke or in combos. Zweites kaltes Gestuber. Leo lunges forward a good distance as he attacks. Since he can move through to the other side of the opponent, they may need to change the direction of their block. If Leo passes through the opponent, he ends the move in Brynhildr stance. Turbulence. Leo moves forward a short distance as he attacks.
This is new.
This attack knocks the opponent down on hit. If you hold the button down, Leo will go into Brynhildr stance.
Huh.
Brynhildr stance. Leo takes a stance with his back to his opponent. He can go into the stance from a set number of moves. Although you can use a variety of powerful attacks only while in Brynhildr stance, you cannot perform other actions such as jumping or blocking. Try using this move when you're going on the offense. Khan Shield. A counter move allowing Leo to absorb the opponent's attacks. If you absorb an attack at close range, Leo will perform a counter attack. This move also works against projectiles, either reflecting or absorbing them. Leo remains in Brynhildr stance after this move.
Dang,
as Leo is vulnerable to throws, be careful when using this while in the opponent's throw range. Cleansin' Dunkel.
Cleansin' Dunkel.
Careful when using this while in the opponent's throw range. Cleansin' Dunkel. Leo lunges forward with command grab that has great range. It deals more damage than a standard throw and cannot be teched. If you hold the button down, Leo will remain in Brynhildr stance after the grab lands. Blitzschlag. An attack that makes the opponent crumple. If you hold the button down, Leo will remain in Brynhildr stance after the attack. This move has long startup, but it leaves Leo at the advantage when blocked, making it a great option at close range. Cancel. Leo drops the Brynhildr stance. Stahlwirbel. Leo sends out an extremely fast and powerful projectile. The projectile comes out quickly and travels fast, so it can be used to punish a...
Dude, check out this, dude. Look at the motion lines on that, dude. Look at the motion lines on, dude. That's so sick. Nicely done.
The projectile comes out quickly and travels fast, so it can be used to punish a vulnerable opponent from a distance.
Ow! Ow! Why? May, no! May! Jesus!
Leidenstaff Dirigent. Leo performs a series of powerful attacks with invincibility on startup. You can make use of the invincibility frames and fast startup by using this move in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense.
That's a sick finish, dude.
Startup by using this move in combos
like
or to interrupt the
back turn, and he's like... Let's just look at this. He's just like... He's facing away from you, and he jumps up and slashes you. That's so sick, dude.
ability frames and fast startup by using this move in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense. His standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks work well as pokes. His heavy slash attacks can cancel into his slash attacks, opening up his offensive options. When you get in on the opponent, mix them up with Zweit Kaltes Gestuber and go into Brynhildr stance. While in his stance, you can...
What's interesting about that is because they made the one that goes through him knock him down, it's if you hit him with that, you don't get to keep comboing them on the ground and get a blender going that way. It knocks them in the air. You're better off just getting the damage that you can get out of it. He also doesn't have the move from the air that stands you up again. He doesn't stand you up again, so... Wait, did they say he has reverse beat?
Offensive options. When you get in on the opponent, mix them up with Zweit Kaltes Gestuber and go into Breinhilder stance. While in his stance, you can surprise the opponent.
Where does it say that?
His standing forward slash and standing heavy slash attacks work well as pokes. His heavy slash attacks can cancel into his slash attacks, opening up his offensive options.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When you get in on the opponent, mix them up with Zweit Kaltes Gestuber and go into Breinhilder stance. While in his stance, you can surprise the opponent with either the low kick attack or the overhead heavy slash attack. Khan's shield can shut down the opponent's attempts at taking their turn back. Thank you for watching.
Oh boy, this character is gonna be something. But at least, so they made it so that, so in the old game, in the previous game, he could mix you up, and if he went through you and hit you, you would stay on the ground and he would be able to keep hitting you and then just keep kind of like blending you. And then if he decided to go for a combo, he could end it with a move that left you standing and his back turned and just take you right back into the blender. So what it feels like that they've done in this one over here is that they've forced the knockdown, the pop up into the air. So you go for the juggle and you go into the knockdown. So it's not as quick and crazy. Before it was like, what the hell? And you just like die and you get killed. So while he seems super good now, I feel like, while he still seems super good, I feel like there's going to be a little bit more breathing room time now. So before it was just that it was so fast and it came so quick and heavy that it was just like, wait, what? But now that you actually have time to get knocked down, try to do a wake up super, wake up DP or something like that, I think kind of makes it a little bit better, makes it a little less oppressive. So he does have that command throw, but I'm going to make the meme, but because they toned it down a little bit, he needs it. He needs it. Anyways, all right, last one. Let's check out the man, Nagoriyuki. God, this guy's so awesome. Let's check this guy out.
Nagoriyuki is a vampire samurai who wields powerful attacks using his sword. Vary the pace of your pressure on the opponent at your will, before finishing them off with his devastating special moves. Blood Rage. When the blood gauge fills up, Nagoriyuki enters the Blood Rage state. During Blood Rage, Nagoriyuki's slash and heavy slash attacks gain improved range and damage, and he gains access to the move Zansetsu. However, his health drains over time while in Blood Rage, and he cannot use his other special moves. Blood Rage state ends either when Nagoriyuki lands Zansetsu, or after a set amount of time. Zara Miyuki. Nagoriyuki releases his fighting spirit, forming a projectile.
That's so crazy.
This move can
the
cancel
way that image disappears is so cool looking.
Releases his fighting spirit,
I know I say that about everything right now,
Zara
but
Miyuki.
it's true.
Nagoriyuki releases...
Just the effects that they use right now in this game is just amazing. Look at this. Like, that's just, it's like it cuts itself or something. It's just really sick looking.
Time. Zara Miyuki. Nagoriyuki releases his fighting spirit, forming a projectile. This move can cancel into certain special moves during the animation. Try using this as a poke at mid-range. It can also cancel out the opponent's projectiles. Using this move increases the blood gauge. Kamuriyuki. Nagoriyuki performs a lunging attack, knocking the opponent down on hit. This move has fast startup, so it can combo when cancelled into from a normal attack.
This is the thing that looks
It can
like
cancel into
overhead.
fast startup, so it can combo when cancelled into
But
from a
it's
normal
not.
attack. It can cancel into any other special move on either hit or block, so you can follow up with another attack. This makes the move versatile and easy to use. Using this move increases the blood gauge. Nagoriyuki, an anti-air attack that covers a large area. A follow-up attack activates on either hit or block, sending the opponent flying away. This move has fast startup, covering a lot of space, and deals great damage, so try using it in combos. This move has fast startup, covering a lot.
So he did it right there, but he canceled it into the dash. So that thing can also be canceled. I feel like he's like what Fang was supposed to be, that he was supposed to be able to cancel moves into moves, and it looks like he can do all this
block,
stuff.
Sending the opponent flying away. This move has fast startup, covering.
See, so he hits it here, he cancels it into the dash, and then he sits here and
deals great damage. So try using it in combos after normal or special moves.
Dude, that was 4 cancels in a row. He doesn't have a limit.
Great damage. So try using it.
So that's why he has the blood gauge, because he can just do this, and every time you do this, it builds up the blood gauge. But watch, he goes uppercut
normal
into that crazy hoppy move, into the uppercut, into a backdash. So he's probably just racked up a ton of the blood gauge there.
It can be canceled into.
Yeah, did you see that? It was still going. It was still going halfway. It was a bar and a half on that.
It can be canceled.
Look at that. It was still going up. Yeah.
Into other special moves on hit or block. Using this move increases the blood gauge. Blood-sucking universe. A command grab that absorbs health from the opponent. Nagoriyuki gains health depending on the amount absorbed, and the blood gauge decreases. Although this throw cannot be teched, it leaves Nagoriyuki wide open when whiffed. Try going for this move strategically when the opponent is focused on staying grounded and blocking.
Oh god, that's scary, dude.
Strategic, it leaves absorbed, and the blood gauge decreases.
I just want to see one thing.
Nagoriyuki universe. A command grab that absorbs
so that was a chunk
health
there.
From the opponent. Nagoriyuki gains health depending on the amount absorbed, and the blood gauge decreases. Although this throw cannot be teched, it leaves Nagoriyuki wide open when whiffed. Try going for this move strategically when the opponent is focused on staying grounded and blocking.
His mask, what is it? Dude, his mask gnashes down on that move. That part at the end there, amount absorbed probably means more blood gauges and more health absorbed, right?
Fukyo.
Fukyo.
Nagoriyuki moves at great speed in this movement technique.
Okay.
He moves a set distance in an instant and can then continue moving either forward or backward by inputting back or forward while
Did you see how much he built?
Can then continue moving either forward or backward by inputting back or forward while holding down the button. You can cover for the recovery by continuing the movement or canceling into another special move, making it very versatile. Using this move increases the blood gauge.
Yeah, you have to be careful on that
by
one.
Continuing the or forward while holding down the button.
Look how much that builds up, dude. That went up. That was almost the full bar right there.
He moves a set distance in an instant and can then continue moving either forward or backward by inputting back or forward while holding down the button. You can cover for the recovery.
That was only 3 of the backdashes. That was only 3 of the backdashes.
By inputting back or forward while holding down the button.
No, 4. That was 4.
You can cover for the recovery by continuing the movement or canceling into another special move, making it very versatile.
Yeah, but what's cool about that is obviously this is going to be scary, but that blood gauge management, yeah, that's very Guilty Gear, and it's going to make him really interesting.
Increases the blood gauge. StrIVe.
See, the question is, like, if you do this command throw
continuing the movement or canceling into another special move, making it very versatile. Using this move increases.
Like but the nice thing is that actually stops the increase. Do you see that?
Special move, making it very versatile. Using this move,
because that was 3 of them, but then as soon as he grabs them with it, now the blood meter is draining down.
Blood gauge.
Ooh.
StrIVe. Nagoriyuki barrages the opponent with slashes in this power.
Yo, look at
StrIVe.
the art on the sword.
Nagoriyuki barrages.
Look at the art on that sword. That is... What is that supposed to be, a reflection? Or is that just art on the sword? That's so pretty, dude. Yeah, I think that's a reflection.
Wasureyuki. Nagoriyuki barrages.
Cause yeah, it's like a reflection of him, but you see the, I don't know, like it's weird. That's pretty, dude. That's really, really pretty.
Flashes in this powerful invincible attack. Due to its fast startup and invincibility at the beginning of the move, it can be used in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense. This attack has short range. It can be used in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense.
Yo!
This attack has short range, but hitting the opponent with the base of the attack alters the properties, making it deal massive damage. Zansetsu. Nagoriyuki slices down everything before him in this powerful long-range attack. It can only be used while in the everything before him in this powerful long-range attack.
He's like, batter up! Dude, look at the damage that this thing is!
Nagoriyuki slices down everything before him in this powerful long-range attack. It can only be used while in the Blood Rage state, and Nagoriyuki leaves Blood Rage state after this move is activated. State, and Nagoriyuki leaves Blood Rage state after this move is activated. You can aim for the opponent from outside their attack range due to the impressive reach of this attack. His standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks make good pokes. Before the blood gauge fills up, use Zarameyuki as a poke and approach with Fukyo. Once the blood gauge fills, his heavy slash attacks become strong tools. Blood Sucking Universe also works well, as it depletes the blood gauge when it lands. As Nagoriyuki's health depletes rapidly while in Blood Rage state, leave the state by using Zansetsu. Thank you for watching.
You know what? Honestly, he's the new Sin. He's the new Sin. This blood gauge thing is very, very reminiscent of the way Sin can cancel all of his moves into each other and creates depletes the food gauge. So instead of actually depleting, he's just building it up. He's very, very similar to Sin. Because Sin, like I said, he depletes a food gauge, but Nagoriyuki builds up a blood gauge. But same thing, Sin gets to the point where it runs out and then he's stuck. Right, so it's yeah. There's like a weird mix between the two. It's really interesting, huh? But dang, yeah, this is good stuff. This is good stuff for sure. Man, okay. Well, there you go. Now I've managed to watch all this stuff. No video for Giovanna. So in a few days, and again, just as a reminder to everyone, as Holo Genjin pointed out, I actually have early access to the beta. So Monday night / Tuesday morning, the 2 a.m., I think I'm going to be able to mess with it. I think the servers are turned on at that time, if I remember the schedule correctly. So I'll mess with it at some point. And then after the Tuesday show, I'll probably mess with it some more. I'll probably just do some training mode stuff. Just to explore the characters and stuff like that. Right now, I mean, Potemkin, obviously, I mentioned earlier. Ramlethal looks really cool to me. Nagoriyuki, I mean, he's just like, it's gonna be hard not to want to play Nagoriyuki because he's just like super awesome. I haven't downloaded it yet, Flashy Flash, so I'm not sure, but I'll try. I don't know if it's available for download just yet. I'll find out soon, but for sure, when concerts are back on Master PPV, I'm definitely down. But yeah, that's what we got so far. But there you go, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm excited for this. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Guilty Gear, and I just can't wait to get my hands on this. So, yeah, Tuesday night, like I said, at 2 a.m., I'll probably play a little bit of training mode since I have degen hours normally anyway. Tuesday morning and then Tuesday night. So Tuesday at 2 a.m. in the very early in the morning, I'll probably play for a little bit. And then when it starts up, I think it's like 9 p.m. at night. So after the Tuesday show is done, I'll probably start the editing and then start to stream some as well and mess with the training mode. And then once the beta opens up to everybody, and then we can all start playing some matches online, we'll definitely do that. I'm so happy about this. Like, I'm excited about this. I'm super stoked for this game. Thank you to the ArcSys team also, by the way, for including me in the early beta. I really appreciate that. I'm super grateful, and that they gave me that that they gave me that honor, basically. So yeah, shout outs to ArcSys, dude. They seem like they're trying a very different strategy with StrIVe. It seems like they're going, you know what? Let's just try to do everything to make people happy. Like, remember when they released the Xrd beta, and it was like the whole game for people who pre-ordered it, and like like people were using the beta in tournaments already at one point. It was like when went from sign to revelator, they were just like, whatever, here's the beta, just play the whole damn thing, I don't care. And they just gave that to everybody for who pre-ordered it, because, you know, they're gonna have it anyway. But it's really pleasant to see. So, and the fact that this is gonna have rollback netcode. Don't get me wrong, again, everyone says that this game is simpler and is going to be easier to play than previous Guilty Gear games. It's true, but it's still Guilty Gear. This game is still going to overwhelm you in a lot of ways. You're still going to get mixed by Millia. You're going to fight a Zato who's perfected the block strings, and you're just like, where is my gap? What the hell am I supposed to do? So this game will be tough. But again, the beautiful thing about the way that this game works is that it rewards you for being one with your character. This game, more than any other game, when you are one with your character, you feel it. When you find your character that you want to play and you're one with them, and then you hit someone randomly, and then you know what? You're like, Roman cancel, this should work. And then you make some crazy conversion that you've never practiced before, but it worked just because you know your character so well. You're going to be like, my God, this game is amazing. That's basically what this game does. It allows for massive expression. The Roman cancel is always one of the most beautiful systems in the game because it really does allow for a lot of self-expression on how you decide to use the tools and everything like that. This game also is one of the more unique games these days in the fact that you don't maintain resources between rounds. Your meter goes away. So in the match, as you're playing, except for the burst goes between rounds. But your super meter does not. So like once you get towards the end of a round and you have meter, just go ham. Just go crazy. Go crazy. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of really cool things about this game. It looks very Guilty Gear to me. Obviously not as crazy high up airborne and stuff like that, but it still feels very Guilty Gear. And I think the first beta really kind of sent them a message that the Gatling system is a little toned down, and everybody's like, look, we get it, but we still want that freedom and everything like that. And it really feels like that they took that to heart and we're like, okay, we'll open the game back up a little bit more. We'll put back the just defends in there, the IBs, the instant blocks, I should say, you know, the way they were. We'll let you open up the Gatlings. It looks like there's some interesting combos again. We saw in the video, Millia had the triple air dash combo and stuff like that. So it feels like they've put back a lot of what people love about Guilty Gear and still have changed it enough that, you know, the legacy players still won't have that distinct advantage. But I'm excited for this. I think it's really cool. I'm really, really hyped for this to see what this game is about. So like I said, in about 3 days time, 2 days time, Saturday, this is Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, two nights from now. So today is Saturday night right now. Actually, that'll be Sunday, Monday. Actually, 1 day, 2 days, whatever. I can't count. It doesn't matter. I'll be playing it really soon. But thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me, analyzing all these videos and checking out and everything like that. Right, but I have access to it early, Super Moose. There's a few people who have access to it early, and I'm one of those people. So I'm going to be able to play it on Monday night / Tuesday morning at 2 a.m. So I actually have access to it. So I'm going to be messing with the training mode at that time. You guys can come and hang out with me if you guys are up at that time. Yeah, no, in the email, they're like, please stream it, do everything. They're like, whatever. You have access to it, stream it. Let's go. So I can definitely do whatever I can with that. So they basically didn't look like they had any embargoes on it. So I will be able to stream that. So that's actually really, really cool. I mean, that's the thing is I don't know how it's going to work. What I'm thinking is that you have to log in for the game to work. They gave us hours. They gave us hours that their server is available. And I think if the server is not up, you won't be able to play the game. You know how we've seen that before with some of the beta and everything like that. You hit start and it's like the server is down right now. I think that they can probably do that. So there are fixed hours, which is why I keep saying 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning, because it's open from 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. or like 9 a.m. or something like that. So there's a little chunk of time that we can play, and then it's shut down, and then it opens up again at like 9 or 10 a.m. 10 p.m. on Tuesday, etc., etc. And then once the official beta opens up, I think it's just open up to everybody for as long as they want. So I think the actual beta, once it opens up to everybody, is just going to be open the whole time. So we'll see how that goes. Any case, thanks guys for watching.